for me is the balance of, having the dreams and the way to get there. But again, if you've got it written down, it can enable you to creatively problem solve all the things that are stopping you getting there, I think. And having that image, we do create our futures. And, by starting a podcast, by being a podcast guest, by creating a website, by going and talking to the right people and creating connections, and moving back to what Don was saying, community, and creating those communities around us. So I think one of the conversations we had on the phone is that one of the benefits you felt of your podcast is that you were building up really positive networks around you. By running a podcast or being a guest, I mean, when we were running the Clubhouse room, I found that people coming on stage and talking got a lot from sharing, and they were people who wouldn't initially have talked on stage. And I think that can be very helpful.
There are things that happen that are not always through actions that I've made directly, but there are little moments that happen. There are connections that I'm making that I go, oh, this is a stepping stone to the next thing. And I never expected this to happen like this today. But I think in some ways it's inevitable that if there's something that you want, the more that you connect with people, it's going to move you towards it, because there's like this exponential growth of movement that's happening, that it's, like I say, it's almost inevitable that you meet and connect with 300 plus people.
I mean, a lot of the times fear stops people from reaching out, for asking for help, for asking, for opportunity. And actually, if you ask 100 people whether they're going to appear on a podcast that you're running, actually probably 5 of them will say yes. But if you don't ask anyone because you're afraid to, then no one says yes. And you create your reality through that. So, I mean, it sounds like you are quite confident in taking those steps, but it's obviously, once you make a successful step, it makes it easier to go to the next step. And I think a lot of people are stuck. From dealing with people throughout my life, I see a lot of people who seem to go around in circles, and they see life a certain way, and they see their own